In this video, I want to talk about the concept of when statement in Ansible and also the package module. So when Ansible, when the control machine where Ansible is installed try to manage all the guests, the first thing that Ansible do is to gather fact, like gather some information about those cloud machine that is about to manage. And in this environment that I'm having here, for example, we are having two um, machine. One is a Rocky Linux and the other is an Ubuntu. And to see an example of how those facts are being gathered, we can use the command Ansible. And here I'm going to set the IP address of one of those machines on -m. And to gather those facts, we use the setup module. And here I'm going to type it, the output of it into less, so that you will have, we can read it better. So all those facts are gathered in a big variable, which is an Ansible fact. And down here, we see that we have one parent item that has a two item into it. And here we have another parent item with two items inside. And here we have one parent item, which is just with one item. So all this information that is being gathered here would be very helpful depending of what tasks we're going to try to execute along the line. So here we can see the distribution to show that it's a Rocky Linux machine that we are trying to, that we got the fact from over here. If you want to get the fact about a particular parent item, you can filter it by using the -a, and here we're going to say filter equal distribution. For example, as we saw, the distribution earlier was Rocky. So as I'm entering distribution, it's going to show us like here that this machine that we are working on is a Rocky machine. If I want to run that set on our inventory, I'm going to do all-i inventory, and I'm trying to filter the distribution of those two machines. So we see that here we have one that is Rocky, the other one is Ubuntu. And for all those items that we were seeing, you can use anyone that you would like to basically get the information that you will be interested about. So that we have seen that Ansible gather facts about the client machine that is about to manage. Let's see how those information could be useful while we are writing a playbook. For example, if we decide to update those two machines, we're going to create a playbook that we call update.yaml ml. So I'm going to start my playbook. The first thing that I'm trying to update here is our Ubuntu machine. So the big thing that I'm going to call my playbook is to update guesses. And a host, I'm going to set it to all. I want to run it on all the IP address I have on my inventory. And pass here is going to be, I'm listing the first thing, which I'm trying to update Ubuntu, right? And for Ubuntu, we need to use the apt module, which we know that apt is the package management on Ubuntu environment. And here we are doing name. We are trying to do the update. So we're going to put our asterisk to say that we're updating everything. and here I'm setting the state to latest. So since on my inventory here, I have two packages, I have a two IP address inside my inventory. My playbook's going to try to run on those two inventory. And we saw that one machine is a Rocky machine and the other one is a Ubuntu. Therefore, as we are running this playbook, we're going to run into an issue where, one machine is not going to behave due to the package management that is being used. So we're going to do a Ansible playbook. We use our update. Let's do a dry run on it, just because we would like to see the output. So the first thing that Ansible do here is just to gather the fact about those two machines first. And then when it come on the first hand, it says like this machine is an Ubuntu machine. It's going to do the installation normally. But the second one actually is going to fail because the package management is not the right one. So to avoid that failing stuff, this is where we need to use our when statement. And basically, we are just saying Ansible, when you realize that the client machine is not an Ubuntu machine, just skip it. You don't have to try to update him, right? So we're going to say when here, and we are adding the line of our when statement, who's going to be Ansible underscore distribution equal to Ubuntu. So basically, this will mean only trying to update the client machine that is Ubuntu. So I'm going to save that. And if we try again, our dry run is going to gather the fact first, and that now the machine that is not Ubuntu is going to skip it, and on Ubuntu is going to do the installation. As now we can see that here it did not fail at this level as we got here initially. On the same way, if we are trying to do the update also on the Rocky machine, we're going to add the second task here, which we're going to say name update Rocky. And we're going to use a DNF package management, and the name here is going to be everything, and the state we are trying to set it to latest as well. So same thing, if we do a dry run, gather the facts, the first one gonna skip because this one is not an Ubuntu machine. And then when it come on the second one, the DNF gonna run, but on Ubuntu is gonna fail because it's not the right package management that is being used. So to avoid seeing this error, we need to use another variable. You can define any variable that you want, based on the result that you're trying to achieve. And in this case, we're going to say Ansible, for example, OS underscore family equal to Red Hat. So as we do our dry run here as well, we gather the fact we skip this one because it's not an Ubuntu, and then we skip the second one because it doesn't belong to the family of Red Hat, and then it's going to do the update, and we see that here we have a clean playbook that is being run, and our playbook is quite smart based on the conditioning that we have been adding into it. So that is quite how you use the when statement to make the playbook be more efficient. So to finish this small video, I want to introduce or talk about the idea of the package module. So we realized that since when we were trying to install on Ubuntu, we needed to use the apt module, which is the normal package management for Ubuntu. And when we were on Rocky, we decided to use the DNF, which is the right package management for Rocky Linux. But in Ansible, we have another module that is called a package. Basically, what package does, when he get on the client side, he gonna identify what type of OS it is, and he gonna use the appropriate module for it to run the tasks that need to be run for it. So with the package modules, we don't need to specify apt or DNF. Package gotta know exactly, like, this is an Ubuntu machine, and you need to know use apt under the hood to update that machine with. So for that, let's do a quick example to see how it's gonna look like. I'm gonna start my playbook as usual, and the name of the entire playbook is gonna be update with package module. And here I'm also setting post to all. I'm going to specify a task here. And since I know that the package management is going to identify, I don't need to write playbook. So one playbook is going to be enough for my tool machine. I meant to say one play is going to be enough for the tool machine. So here I'm going to set to name, let's say update, and the module that we use here is package, and we set a name to same thing, everything, and then a state to latest. So when we do a Ansible playbook on a package, and we're going to do a dry run here, Ansible is still going to gather fact. He always gather the fact on the machine. And in this case, since we are using the package module, package will identify that this is a Rocky machine. Therefore, I need to use DNF to do the installation. And this is a Ubuntu machine. I need to use apt to try to update it. So that's the idea of the package management, and also the when statement, how we use it inside our playbook to make our script more efficient. So practice, have fun, and enjoy